we have another Math Olympiad problem. Let's see how we can solve this one. It's given that x squared minus y squared is equal to x minus y squared, and asking us to find what is x and what is y that satisfy this. Let's see how we can find that. So is given x squared minus y squared is equal to x minus y squared. Here what we have is difference of squares. If you remember, there is a formula for difference of squares, like a squared minus b squared is simply a minus b times a plus b. So if I use that to write this in factored form, it will be x minus y and x plus y is equal to x minus y squared on the right. Then what I will do is I will subtract x minus y squared from both sides. Then we will get x minus y times x plus y minus x minus y squared, entire thing should be equal to 0 on the right. I just subtracted that x minus y squared term from both sides. Then we see that for both these terms, an x minus y term, a factor is common. I'll take that common factor x minus y out of the two terms. Once I take an x minus y out of this term, another x plus y will be remaining here. And once I take an x minus y out of this term, another x minus y term will be remaining. With minus in front, I'll write it within parentheses. That's what left there. And then we can simplify this inside part a little bit. Let's see what we get. Here we have x minus y times, here it will be x plus y and minus x, minus minus will be plus y, will be equal to 0. Minus x and plus x will be simplifying to 0. And plus y, it will be plus 2 times y. With this, what we have is x minus y times here 2y is equal to 0. We can divide both sides by 2, and then this 2 will cancel out. With dividing 2 and 0 divided by 2 will still be 0. So what we will have is simply y times x minus y is equal to 0. I just wrote this y first after dividing by 2. So we have a product equals 0. Then for this to happen, either this should be 0 or that should be 0 or both should be 0, which we write like this. Should be either y being 0 or that other factor x minus y being 0 or both being 0, which we write like that. And in this case, y is equal to 0. And in this case, x minus y is equal to 0 means if I add y to both sides, x will be y. So these are the possible solutions. When y is equal to 0, x can be any number and will satisfy the given equation. We can check that when y is equal to 0. So let's try to check this works. And also if this works as well, x is equal to y. Let me write it here. So when y is equal to 0, let's see what we get from our x squared minus y squared is equal to x minus y squared given equation. When y is equal to 0, we have x squared here minus 0 squared is equal to x minus 0 squared. So on the left, it's x squared. On the right, too, it's x squared. This is something that is always true. So y is equal to 0. It satisfies the equation. And in that case, x can be any real number. If you are working with real numbers, then x can be any real number and y is 0 will satisfy the equation. So one solution is y being 0 and x can be any real number. The other solution, when we consider this case, x is equal to y. In that case, if x is equal to y, let's see what happens for our equation to check if it's satisfied by that as well. When x is equal to y, I'll put y here, y squared minus y squared is equal to, again, y for the x minus y squared. We get here 0. On the right, it'll be 0 as well. So again, this satisfies the equation. So the other possible format of the solutions is when x and y are the same. That means if we have x, a real number, then y will have to be the same real number. So the solutions will be of this form in that case. So we have these possibilities. Y can be 0 and x can be any real number, and any x comma y of that form, x being any real number and y being 0, will satisfy. In other words, that format will be x comma 0 format. All the x comma y values of this form, x comma 0, will satisfy the equation. And also all the x comma x form, x and y coordinates are the same, will satisfy as well. So those are the solutions of this given equation, x and y, that satisfy that. I hope you understood what we've discussed. We will again meet with another interesting Math Olympiad problem soon. Thank you.